Hey guys, today I'm going to be telling you about Maybelline's Color Sensational new Vivids collection. I was able to get all 10, but I gotta tell you, it was kind of hard because all the drugstores by me decided to just not carry them, and then I went to Target.com and they only had 9 and one was broken and I had to pick that up. Anyway, long story short, I have all of them and I can't wait to show them all to you. Now, first I want to tell you about the formula. When you pick up a drugstore brand and you're used to brands like MAC or even Chanel, drugstore brands don't always cut it. But these are actually very creamy, very moisturizing. They don't bleed on the lips, which I found a lot of drugstore brands do. They do have high pigmentation. They do apply opaque. Some require a little bit extra coverage on the lips, like a few more swipes. But it's overall not that bad. Some colors are a little streaky. I would say Pink Pop being the biggest offender. But overall they're great. So I'm going to put them on for you, and you're going to have to excuse me a little bit because I haven't really made videos of myself putting on lipstick, so bear with me. The first one we're going to do is Brazen Berry, which is number 905. And by the way, all of the packaging, they're all in this bright neon orange packaging. It's not like the other Maybelline Color Sensationals where each one had their own packaging, where the pinks would have a pink one and the darker colors, like the reds, would have a red one. No, they're all a neon orange type packaging. So we're gonna do purple, and like I said, the colors, the stickers are on the bottom, so if you store them upside down, that's fine. This is Brazen Berry. It's a deep purple. Now, it's not something I've ever seen in drugstores, especially not by Maybelline. This is very unique, especially for a drugstore. So that was just 2 swipes there. So altogether I did 2 on top and 2 on the bottom. And that's Brazen Berry. I think I have a little bit too much right there. Okay. So that's Brazen Berry. As you can tell, it's got a gloss, a high gloss finish, but it doesn't feel wet on the lips. It has a bit of a honey nectarine smell. So some people actually find that to smell like plastic. Since I know what it is, I personally find it to smell good. It doesn't have any weird taste, and it sits very light on the lips. Like, you can pile it on and it won't ever feel heavy. Because it is glossy, it's not going to last, say, as long as a MAC. It's not going to last you 4 to 6 hours. It might last you 2 or 3. They do leave a little bit of stain on the lips, so it's not like you won't have any color on your lips. You just might not have this kind of pigmentation. So as for being true to the tube, I would say it's just about on point, and that is Brazen Berry. So I'm going to take this off real quick. And as you can see, it's left a little bit of a stain, but it's not too bad. So the next color I'm going to review for you is Hot Plum, which is also in the purple family. This collection actually had a wide range: purples, pinks, oranges, and reds, and corals too, which is nice. Orange, yeah, so a lot of colors you really don't see. So this is Hot Plum, number 900. It's a hot pink based purple. I wouldn't say it's a neon, but it's definitely vivid. And try that on. So I did 2 swipes on the bottom lip and 1 on the top. And I had opaque coverage. One quick tip I'd like to give you, that if you find these a little too soft, like the first one I applied was a little too soft for me, it actually had a mishap when I got it. So if you look at the tip, I accidentally banged up the tip a little bit, and it's been very mushy since then. But if you have a problem with your lipsticks being a little mushy or soft, put them in the fridge about 30 minutes before you plan to use them. So maybe if you're showering, get in the shower, put your lipstick in the fridge, and when you get out, it's a little bit tougher, so it's easier to put on. But if you leave it in too long, it's going to drag on your lips. You don't want that either. So this Hot Plum, I feel is more, it's like a darker fuchsia rather than maybe a purple. But it's definitely a gorgeous color, and as you can tell, it's very vivid. So. Very pigmented, good for everyday wear, but also good for, say you have a favorite MAC or a favorite other brand that you have of bright lipstick that you don't want to use too much, maybe it's limited edition, you can use these. So these are limited edition, they're a little bit, you feel less guilty using them. Oh, this one is Pink Pop, my bad, Pink Pop number 860, and it's a light pink. It's a baby pink. Now this one I did have a little bit of minimal streaking with, especially once I put it on and went like this, put my lips together, you can see lines, so. I had done two on the bottom, one on top, and I pressed my lips together. As you can see, I have a little bit of extra lipstick up there from simply pressing my lips together. I think that this color would be best applied using a lipstick brush if you have one handy. If not, doing that a couple more times just helps the little bit of issue of, I guess, streakiness. I mean, maybe they could have pigmented that one just a little bit more, but I mean, they did great on the darker colors. So this is Pink Pop. Like I said, I'm not used to doing lipstick blogs, video blogs, so bear with me. I currently don't have a video editing software, so bloopers and all. The next one is Fuchsia Flash. This one was very hard to find as it was sold out online and couldn't find it in stores, so I had to actually eBay this one, and they just came out late last month. This is Fuchsia Flash. It's a very bright pink. It initially reminded me a little bit of Candy Yum Yum from MAC, but it's not as, I guess, light. I feel like Candy Yum Yum is just a little bit lighter and a little bit brighter. Now, I believe that because since this collection came out around the same time, like it released officially in Walmarts and Targets around the same time as MAC Strength, I feel like they were trying to target that kind of audience, the audience that does like the brighter, more vibrant colors, and I think that that's right on point. So there we go. Again, one on the bottom, two on top, one on the top, two on the bottom. This is a very bright, vibrant fuchsia color. Another point about this collection is there's no shimmers, there's no iridescence, and there's no matte. All of the colors are kind of a gloss, semi-gloss finish. I love this color, it's one of my favorites. I wish that it wasn't sold out everywhere. If you can get your hands on it, I think you should. I think it would be flattering on all skin tones. So I'll take this off. And if you're wondering what I'm removing it with, it's a baby wipe. Because like I said, they do leave stains on the lip. And I want to make that minimal for reviewing purposes. As you can see, my lips are already starting to get a little red, which is why I tried to go from light to, you'll see, dark. The next one is Wild Rose, number 875. Now we're starting to get a little darker here, but still nonetheless vivid. And it's a reddish pink. It's still more pink, but it's definitely got a lot more red in it. And put this on. On my skin tone, it comes off as more of a fuchsia, and on other skin tones, I guess it could, you know, I've seen it on a darker skinned reviewer, and it came out looking a lot more brighter, a lot more lighter than it does on, say, a light skinned person. So if you try this color and you are light skinned, be prepared for it to look a little bit darker. Again, I haven't been doing this, but it's true to the tube, which is nice. The only one that wasn't exactly true to the tube, I guess, would be the Pink Pop, which if your lips have a little bit of stain on it will look a little darker, and because it's streaky it's a little more see-through, so if you have naturally darker lips it might not be as light on you. Or if you have very dark skin, or you know, if you have a dark complexion already, it might look very light on you. It's one of those shades that can go either way on you and you won't know until you try it on. So and if you weren't able to get your hands on the Strength collection, this is great. I mean, there's 10 lipsticks here and you're paying, I think, like they're $5 each. So 5 times 10, 50, you're paying 50 for this. And MAC lipsticks are 15 each and there was 5. So it's kind of evens out. If you couldn't get the Strength collection, you buy all of these. You have a lot more lipsticks and a lot more color range and similar colors. The only one you wouldn't have, of course, is Firm Form, which was black with a gold swirl in it. The next one we have is Shocking Coral, number 870, and this is a coral. It's a pinkish coral. It looks a little darker right now because I'm in indoor lighting, but in the sun it's actually a bit more pinker, lighter pink. Maybe even with a tiny bit of orange undertone. You can check out my blog to see a picture of it, me wearing it in the sun, for a better reference. Again, it's pretty true to the tube. It's a little darker on my lips, but again, this is one of those, this is not streaky, but it's another one of those shades where depending on your skin tone and the pigmentation in your lips, and if you have stain on it from trying on 7 lipsticks, it'll show differently on you. I'm gonna wipe that off. See, that's more of the color that it is. If you can see that right there, it's a little bit more orange. So the good thing about wearing these is because they're so creamy and moisturizing, even though I'm wiping them off and trying them on again, I feel like my lips re-moisturize every time I put them on. Whereas some lipsticks, you try them on, you wear 10 and your lips are sore. This next one is Electric Orange, which is 880. A lot of orange lipsticks on me look red. But this is an orange. This is similar in color to my shirt, just a little darker. A lot of oranges do look red on me, so again, this looks like a red shade on me, and it actually isn't. This is another one of those in the sunlight lipsticks. In the sunlight, this would be a little bit of a brighter orange, but on my skin tone always appears red. So if you have I guess yellow undertones in your skin, it'll appear like a lighter yellow. It'll appear like it has more yellow in it, whereas if you have pink undertones in your skin like me, it'll appear more red. So again, but you know what, that's unique. It's nice to know that different people can get the same lipsticks and it'll look to suit them, because you wouldn't want a lipstick that goes against, well, I mean not goes against, but clashes with your undertones. So, there's only 3 left, and they are the reds, so we don't have to worry about any undertones on my lips anymore. Okay, so we have Vibrant Mandarin, which is an orange red. It's an orange toned red. Again, because of my skin tone, it's going to appear a little bit more redder on me. But I will leave a link to my blog so that you can see high quality pictures of how it actually looks in a little bit better lighting. That's that. If you're looking for a color that leans orange, but you don't want to fully commit to orange, Vibrant Mandarin is a good choice. The next one we have is Neon Red, $8.90. Not exactly a neon, but it's definitely a beautiful color red. It's beautiful. This is one of my this quickly became one of my favorite. I've had these for a few days. This quickly became obviously my favorite drugstore red because of how pigmented, how glossy, how beautiful it looks on the lips. Oh, sorry. And last but not least, we have red. We have On Fire Red, which is $8.95. This shade, for some reason, is glossier than the rest of them. At least on me it was. Like, it had just a little more shine, but it didn't feel more wet than the rest of them. And that's it. That is the Maybelline Color Sensational Vivid collection. And if you'd like to see some high quality photos of the swatches and also the lipsticks themselves, you can go to thecosmoholic.blogspot.com. I will leave a link below. And if you'd like to check out other reviews as well, they'll be there too. And I hope you stay tuned for other videos that I will be coming up with because I'm still new to this, but I'm trying. Thank you for watching.